What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about knife slips. I got these two slips in the mail, and I also got these two knives that are in there, as well as this slip in the mail as well today. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But I got a letter here from the person who sent me these two knife slips. So I want to read to you guys. It says, Dear Jeff, my name is Dylan. I run a small handmade leather goods business in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's called Oak City Leather Supply. I first want to thank you for introducing me into the world of everyday carry so many years ago. When I was a kid, my dad had been collecting case pocket knives. I was always fascinated and started my own collection. I've now been collecting knives for the last 18 years. I've been following your videos for probably the last 10 years, and you are the reason why I've grown my EDC collection like I have. You've introduced me to so many different brands and hobbies. I've been fortunate enough to meet so many people through this hobby. I wanted a way to give back to this community. I have a huge respect for the makers and designers that create such amazing gear. I took up leatherworking as a hobby a while ago and have now started selling some of my work. I wanted a way to give back to the community that has inspired me so much. I see the amount of passion that other makers and collectors have, and I put that back into my products. I wanted to send you this pocket slip for you to enjoy and review. My taste in knives is constantly changing, and lately I've been on a big slip joint kick. I'd like to challenge you to carry one traditional knife for 1 week in this slip. I know that is a lot to ask since you're always trying out new products. However, I find it very refreshing to go back to the simpler times and appreciate the craftsmanship in those tools. We don't always need the latest and greatest tactical folders, even though they're awesome. If you feel this pocket slip is worthy of your carry, I would love if you would let your followers know that I have a discount code set up for them on my site. If they would like to get their own, it's CUTLERYLOVER 10. This is my way of saying thank you to this awesome community. I also offer lots of other handmade leather products for EDC. Thank you again for all you do, and I hope you, your wife, and Gus have an amazing fall season up there in PA. And this is from, again, Dylan from Oak City Leather Supply. So there's the contact information if you're interested in these particular slips. So thank you, Dylan. I really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad, the videos have gotten you into this hobby a little bit more. Knife slips are something that I've used for a very, very long time, up into probably recent years. Specifically, like traditional knives, I definitely go back and forth between modern cutlery that are just awesome and convenient, and then traditional knives, I always have something in my heart for those, just because they've been around so long. A modern titanium frame lock folder is really just a new kid on the block. When you're talking about, something as simple as a Stockman, or a trapper knife, that's been around for so long in comparison. It actually is pretty amazing to think that people used to carry such simple knives, and they worked totally fine for them. They didn't need what we have today. But talking about traditional knives, some people are investing a lot of money in expensive knives. So having something like a pocket slip is a really good way to protect those and carry them. So here's just a case trapper that I just got in trade, and I had this in this particular slip. So what is a slip? Basically, it's just a single pocket. Now, you can use these for anything. It doesn't have to just be knives. It could be for any kind of tool, whatever your imagination comes up with. But basically, we just have a folded piece of leather that's stitched together. All right, it's a simple concept. There's a million different ways you can do it. But the suede, the natural suede on the inside of the leather obviously protects the knife so it does not get scratched up or marred up, particularly when it's in your pocket mixing around with other gear. Okay, so it's banging around things. You don't want it to get all scratched up, particularly if it's a very expensive, nice knife. Some people don't mind the wear and tear and stuff like that, but a lot of people who are getting into, some of these high-end traditional knives, and they even have modern traditionals, which is pretty cool because you're taking old designs, but you're really putting in these new materials that we've been used to enjoying. So that's cool too, but the prices go really, really high. So people like to preserve those. Plus, for some reason, it's just kind of really classy to pull this out of the pocket and take your knife out of there. People seem to enjoy it, all the people that I've ever showed them to before. So again, it's a simple idea. I made a really nice black one here with blue stitching, which is very cool, very different. All right, it's got a little corner cut as well, so you can see what's going on there as well as grip the knife, because once it's down all the way, like in this particular slip, when it's even on top like this, sometimes you have to shimmy it out by, pinching the bottom. But when you have that cross cut on top, it makes it a little bit easier, getting the knife out. Also, this one, totally different style. This one's brown with that, just off-white or yellowish threading, which is very nice. This one also includes a grommet. Grommets are very cool on slips as well if you want to add a lanyard. All right, so this could be down in the pocket. The lanyard can actually be outside of the pocket, depending on how long you want it. So instead of dipping down all the way into the pocket to pull it out, you just grab the lanyard and pull the whole sheath out. Because that's basically what these are. These are just pocket sheaths. But he did a very good job on these. The finish is awesome. They smell great. Nice fresh leather. There's just something about that smell. It's just awesome. But because I'm doing this video, I broke out two. Actually, this one I got today, so this is not an old one for me. This is a Hitch and Timber single slip. I have just that small Portuguese knife in there because it fits nice. And this is a slip that I've had for many, many years. I don't even remember where I got it from. Right now, I just have a Queen Cutlery knife in there. I think that's a gun stock. But again, just a very simple piece of leather that's just cut, folded over, and stitched. I mean, these are things you can make at home, but obviously someone who is doing this all the time is going to make a much higher quality product like these. It's a really awesome idea, but the reason that I don't use these so much these days is because I got into the pocket organizers. So essentially what we have is we have our knife slip, but I have the accessibility to other tools. So now I feel like if I'm just putting a knife with a slip in my pocket, it's kind of like I'm missing out because there's other tools I could be carrying as well. So, I mean, it's just something I may go back to in the future, but these are also really good for storing knives. If you happen to have a collection and you just want to, you know, put them away in a drawer or something instead of keeping it in the original box, which might take up too much room, you can put them in different knife slips, and then you can, of course, stack them if you need to, or, you know, stagger them anywhere you want in an EDC drawer or something similar, and you don't have to worry about them getting damaged. So thank you again, Dylan. You really did an awesome job on these. Again, it's a simple concept, but the execution is very, very well done. And of course, you can customize these in case you have a knife, you know, because of the stitching could be whatever color thread you want. And obviously the actual leather could be a variety of different colors and looks and stuff. You can really do a nice combination that matches a specific knife if you're looking for that. Do you use a pocket slip like this, or have you gone to something a little bit more modern, which is like a pocket organizer? Or you just keep it loose in the pocket. I know so many people out there who do like carrying traditional knives, and it's just loose in the pocket. They don't mind scratches. Honest wear is really a beautiful thing. To me, there's a big difference between a damaged knife and a used knife. But anyway, that's all. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.